You. What's up, everybody? RageCage20 here. We are back with Epica's Design Your Universe album. Today we have Deconstruct. Glancing at occasional lyrics here and there. It's like we have like a deep, like biting, social, what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of just revealing the truths of society and how we conduct ourselves as human beings seems to be a prevalent theme running throughout some of these lyrics that I was reading. I don't know if that's going to be enough room. It might be enough room. So that sounds like sounds fun. Sounds like we're in for a good time. I have not been disappointed by a song yet, so I imagine we'll continue that trend. Got nothing else to say about it. Let's get some. Just writing one more thing down here, don't mind me. Boop. Alright. Yeah, no, a lot of or at least some of the themes we've at least lyric themes I should say that it kind of has been throughout this album a lot in A New Age Dawns. Just kind of getting the societal, the things we're doing to fuck up and destroy society, like, you know, that theme ever prevalent. And I mean, there's some places in here, I at least wrote one down, they're just dropping truth bombs, like truth bombs everywhere, man. People just getting destroyed with truth explosions. It's just some good hard biting lines in here. I got a few things written down. They're instrumentally, especially. There's some really cool parts. Pretty standard, I would say. Kind of vocal lines from both Simone and Jansen. I know Jansen's not his first name. I believe it's not his first name, but I like to call him Jansen. It's just easier for me to say. But I think one thing they did kind of shake up here was for the vocal lines. Because again, there's nothing like super crazy, especially coming off of Tides of Time. There was nothing like super crazy, like, whoa, mind-blowing from the vocals. There was nothing like bad. It wasn't like, boring, heard it before, or anything like that. It's just, there wasn't anything that was just like, holy shit, did you hear that vocal line, though? But what was really special and unique, what really, like, pushed the awesomeness was that they did some great use of back and forth between different vocalists, usually Jansen and Simone, but also with choir occasionally here and there, and played around with some rhythms again and whatnot. There was some pretty cool shit in here. I liked it. It was really cool. Man, these lyrics are just fucking crazy, man. It's like if everyone in the world could actually take these lyrics to heart, and we actually started moving forward as a society. Like, we're talking utopia level stuff right here. It's like everyone can see it, but no one wants to do it. You know what I mean? But it's just crazy how truthy these truth bombs are. I gotta bring it back to the beginning here. Pop me in. We ready for this. All right. So it was quiet for a second, and then we just rolled into it. I think like literally rolled. It sounded like a timpani roll into the start here, and there was like low brass, there's a bunch of different instruments, and then the vocal line came in, and with a rhythm, yeah, specifically with a rhythm that was very similar to Tides of Time, and the kind of the way it flowed, but it was a different rhythm. That we'll investigate that as well. But I want to check out this instrumental interlude into this song. I'm pretty sure that's a timpani roll to start it out, which they have done before in this album even. I think the timpani roll started off Unleashed as well. So that's cool. Want to hear listening for that. But there was also some other instrumental stuff that I just didn't have time to write down, but there was some brass, some splatty brass in there. It sounded like a tuba to me, but it could be something else. Yeah, I want to listen for all that. Let's listen for these instruments in here. I mean, yes, on the timpani, but what is that? That drone, that hum that's going on underneath there. I don't know what that is. It's so quick. You got like 3 seconds to listen for it. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but it's a cool timpani roll. No, that's not tuba. Because I don't think it's tuba. That sounds like a low woodwind. Am I going crazy? Obviously strings. We obviously have strings doing the dun 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 above there. I want to say that's like a like a bass clarinet, or maybe even a bassoon, potentially. That's on that low end, that splatty low stuff. Hold a tick here. Yeah, the reason I don't think that that's a brass instrument is because on one of those, like on some of those notes, I could make an argument like, oh, I could see it being a brass instrument, but there's a specific tone that's coming out of one of those notes that sounds like the rattling of wind of wood, a wooden like instrument, not a brass like instrument. Hold a tick here. Hold on. That doesn't, to me at least, I could be tripping here, but that doesn't sound like a tuba just splatting out some low notes. That sounds, my guess would either be a bass clarinet or a bassoon, is my guess. Cool. I could maybe see a bari sax, but I don't think so. But potentially. But my money would be on the other two. But that's very cool. A bunch of other stuff came in. I got distracted by that. But then I started hearing a bunch of other stuff, and my brain was like, okay, I'm going to have to get to that later because I'm really listening. All right, let's listen to this other stuff that came in. That short string line there, that like violin or viola, whatever one it is. Like, just, man, that was fast. Then you have those bells coming in. Okay. Another little roll that introduced that section there. And then you have the guitars coming in here, digging it, which really kind of sounds like the Imperial March, which they did do a metal orchestra version of on the Classical Conspiracy. That was what I think that's what it's called. I think that was after this album. He says with complete confidence. None. The Divine Conspiracy. I don't even know if they have it on here, actually. But my theory is no. Because the Design Your Universe comes after the Divine Conspiracy, and I think the Classical Conspiracy was named because of the Divine Conspiracy. Which makes me think that they would do it afterwards, but who knows, maybe it came out the same year or the year after Design Your Universe, but I feel like that came before this, so potentially they've already had done the Imperial March before, but that guitar line reminded me very much of the Imperial March. I was like down diggity down diggity diggity dum. Kind of, I heard a little bit of that in there. Let me hear that again. Yeah, just that diggity dun dun dun. Just that gives me a taste of that. It's not the same rhythm, it's not the same notes, but it gives me like a taste of that just because of the diggity kind of sound with the guitar there. Anyways, breaks right into the vocal line here, and I want to hear the rhythm of this vocal line. It is the exact opposite of, well, not the exact, but it is the opposite of the rhythm, the vocal rhythm in Tides of Time. Tides of Time was long, short, long. This one's short, long, short. But from the way it flows, the long is not as long as Tides of Time. That was a longer duration. It is shorter, so it feels more like ta 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 ta. It feels like it's ta-taing faster. Anyways, I think it's a little bit faster, but yeah, I think it's flipped to where it's short, long, short instead of long, short, long. Let me hear that again. I could be wrong. I love that bell. Yeah, short, long. Ta 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 ta. Yeah, they flip the rhythm, so it's the same type of rhythm, just flipped from long, short, long to short, long, short. Interesting. Very cool. It gives this interesting bounciness to the rhythm and to the vocal line. Ta 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 ta. That's not exactly correct. I just started going with what my ears were hearing there at a second because it reminded me of something else. But just kind of gives it that bounciness, which breaks up occasionally, like on the word insanity and, you know, here and there, but it keeps returning to that. That's really fucking cool. Then I said around 1 minute, which would be the "Don't Force Me to Believe We're Caught Up in the Greed" part right in there and whatnot. There's a back and forth, and there's some vocal doubling in there. So let's jump forward a little bit here. Let's go to 50 seconds for funsies and let it roll out. Oh, that's a pretty cool part right there, not gonna lie. Na 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 na. Ah, that's beautiful. Again, this is what I mean. This is what I call it. I don't know if I saw this somewhere, heard this somewhere, or if it's just a term that I just came up with. But I'm pretty sure it's a term that exists, so I probably saw it somewhere. But it's this the Beauty and the Beast contrast. You have the screaming either at the same time or back and forth or within around the same time as a beautiful, usually female, but it could also be male if it's just kind of a higher register vocal line as well. So you have the gruff beast-like screaming with the beautiful, pure beauty-like clean vocals. It's a very awesome Beauty and the Beast effect. Fucking works every time. It sounds good just about every single time. It is is that great contrast in vocal screaming that it creates this beautiful harmony between very aggressive frying vocals and beautiful clean serene vocals. So when you mix those two together and it's done well, it's absolutely gorgeous, and that creates this this chorus here to just be fantastic. And then of course you have not only the whole notes and whatnot coming out from the guitars and the instruments and whatnot, but you have that beautiful string line in there as well. Again, kind of bringing impactfulness to this moment, but also at the same time really emphasizing that there's beauty happening within this beastly sound that is then heightened by the female vocal line coming after it. It's great writing right here. Great vibrato. And the return of that theme, da 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 da, coming back in there, da da da. The return of that theme into the next verse, very nice, very nice. Like very tried and true writing, but it's done for a reason. It's catchy, and it's a great transition from a crazy open chorus like that back into where the verse was. Just clean writing right there. Now I wrote this later, but I think it's the same exact lines, and I'm looking at them and I'm pretty sure they're exactly the same. Yeah, they're exactly the same. So we'll just talk about now these truth bombs. Some of these truth bombs in here, like it's almost like you're having a societal argument within the different vocals, between the gruff screaming male vocals and the beautiful serene female vocals. You have this person like trying to push away from what's being like what they're being told, like, hey, if we just, if we unite, we just work together and let go of our desire just to get wealthy, we can fix this world. And you had the voice arguing like, no, fuck you. That beautiful contrast in there is awesome. But those words were caught up in the greed, and the person saying like, don't force me to believe because I just care for me. Like, because the truth bombs are crazy. Human beings are insanely selfish, and it's just like we could fix so many issues in society if we just stop doing certain things. But the people that run those certain things, they get beyond fucking bank from those certain things. It's just like, no, I only care about me and getting my money, and just greed. And so it's like the people that are fighting back, it's just like, but if you just stop giving a fuck about being filthy fucking rich for a second, we could save the world. I don't care. I'm getting money while I'm alive. It's just fucking truth bombs being dropped here. To break it, we'll need everyone. Think it through. Unite is the only... United. I think it's united, but it just says unite on here. I don't know. Unite is the only way. I mean, that works for so many things. Like, it's hard to fix the world as just one person. You need everybody. For so many things, like maybe the political system. How just being split and divided between primarily two groups and then a bunch of subgroups is not going to fix anything. We're just going to be at each other's throats like, oh, that side's evil because they don't think what I think. Oh, that side's evil because they don't think what I think. It's just like, if we just put aside our differences and unite, we could actually solve shit. But like, no, they think differently than I do. It's like, not necessarily. They just have slightly different beliefs. But if you come to a compromise and merge those beliefs together, we could fix everything. No, fuck them. This is like, it's going to work for so many different things. Like, I don't know. Like, even with school systems, I've mentioned before in like teacher, how we have to teach certain things, even though that's completely useless, because the only way we get paid is if we teach what certain companies that will just throw money at us want us to teach. That's the only way we get paid, is if we teach what they want us to teach. So it's just like, as one individual teacher is like, I don't want to do this, you would be trampled. We all have to unite together, otherwise nothing's gonna fix. It's not gonna break. Nothing's gonna break it. Just like these words can apply to so many life situations, but there's always that one angry voice that's like, no, fuck you. And it's just destroying it for the rest of us. It's other people's greed and inability to look at the big picture and only think about themselves and what's best for themselves. These are just insane truth bombs that are being spit the fuck out right here, and it's absolutely crazy. All right. And yeah, at the end of the line, in general, there's a beautiful double voice harmony in there. Let's see. Let me jump back a little bit. I think we can find it. Yeah, the choir is doubling up with Simone's voice there. It's pretty gorgeous. Yeah, it's really cool. All right, around 2:10-ish. We'll just go 2 minutes just in case I was off, because I felt like I might have been off on a couple of these. So we'll go around two minutes here, around 2:10. Oh, yeah, I said truth bombs, but the rhythm. There's something about the rhythm. The rhythm, right, reading into 2:42. So let's actually jump a little bit further, because I'm pretty sure we've already discussed this. Hold on. Yeah, I was a little bit off. I was close. But yeah, we'll let this play through. At the end of this, the rhythm going into the next section was pretty fucking awesome. So let's let it keep going here. Yeah, there was two different sections. I didn't even hear the first one there. Very interesting rhythms going in there. There was some bitchin' syncopation coming in from the instruments, and then of course that vocal line da 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 da, and using that ta ta on just one word, mirror, which yeah, with the internal rhyme from ever, mirror, and just using it da 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 da, both ever and mirror, both are the mirror ever. Kind of rhymes. It's the hard er or or, right? Am I? The mirror ends with er, right? I will fucking find you. Yeah, or. It's the hard and or sound, just kind of pseudo rhyming with each other. That both get. Which is both just one word getting two beats instead of if we could look into fates. I don't know how they do it. Into might have its own as well, but fates mirror. Yeah, it's just very cool the way that that's broken up and just kind of highlighting the kind of the rhyme, the inner rhyme there, ever and mirror. Just emphasizing the similarity between the two just kind of creates this interesting, like, not only flow but like scheme to the rhyme. It's very fascinating. That was really cool. But also that syncopation, I don't want to hear that again. I don't even think that's syncopated now that I think about it. Hold on, give me a second. Give me a second here. I'm listening. Yeah, no, I don't think it switches to a different time signature in there, which is my first thought. I think I think the hits are just coming on and off the beat. There's occasional syncopated ones with dun dun. That one kind of pushes off the beat, but I think the other ones are happening. Yeah, I think it's just a mixture of on and off the beat hits in there, which is creating the sound that almost makes it sound like it kind of makes it sound like it's in a different time signature, but I don't think it is. I think it stays in the same time as signature. But those are very interesting hits that then continue to this very interesting vocal rhythm. It's very cool. You have these two similar yet clashing sporadic rhythms meeting together at the same time, and they fit up very well. I like that here. They fall off on here, which ever, never, mirror, here, like that's good shit right there. I like that, and the way they kind of emphasize those by either making the two rhythm punch happen on this just one word instead of over two words. Just break it up into the two syllables, and also have interesting vocal effects happening at the same time. That's really fucking cool. Just like here, that kind of fall off on that. They do the same thing on clear, mirror, here, clear, and distracted, committed. The tid kind of emphasizing that mix with the very awesome, also sporadic sounding rhythm in there. That's just clever. That just sounds really fucking cool. It's very, very interesting. Jesus, no idea what I'm talking about in here, but strings and vocals. Vocal push into 330. Not 100% positive there. There's some shit going on here. some instrumental shit going on here, some vocal shit going on here that seems like it's pushing into around 320, 330, which is a while from now. So that's what I'm a little confused by. But hey, maybe something happens. Let's let it push out from here. I think there was this very, very cool string run in here, which sounded really fucking awesome. There it is. That is just fucking awesome. I love that. I like the pickup from the rhythm and the drums and the guitar there. Doing that piano fucking fling there, that's awesome. That's what I meant by slow. I'm not sure where the push into 330 comes from, but we'll let it keep going here. But yeah, no, I like the excuse me. I like it goes back to the if we could ever, look at a fate's mirror thingy. At the whole time, there's these two lines in here. It says, "If we ever look, we would never be here." And Simone is just as the choir is just punching out that same rhythm, the same awesomeness that just happened a little bit ago before all those violin and piano runs. While they're punching that out, she's just slowly singing out word for word for word, which then pushes into the next section there, which is around 3:30. Got it. But yeah, she's just singing out word by word, making it beautiful, very slow, and just playing with it vocally as that's going on again. That's very fucking cool. Yeah, just playing with every word, having fun with it, adding vibrato at the end of it. Just good shit, man. Very open to hold that note, Luke. I like that. Same thing on word. Doing never, kind of same way she did ever, like that. There is so much happening there that I didn't even realize it the first time. Wow. There's I think there's 3 lines going on there. So we have her kind of slowly-ish, not as slow as what was just happening, but kind of slowly saying, "We are caught up in our failure. Now our union is our savior. It's the only way." You have one line singing those one out, kind of slowly, it's beautiful and whatnot, and then you have these occasional dun 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 dun, little pause, dun 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 dun. So you have those little hits in there. Another vocal line of "If we ever, we would never. If we're clever, we're together," which is like it's saying like the same thing 3 different ways here. It's very cool. And then I think you have another voice that's kind of like softly, just kind of almost like saying something, but with like a little bit of tonality to it. So I think it's like kind of singing, kind of speaking. "Don't force me to believe. I'm never needing anyone. I only care for me. I'm thinking through." You have 3 different vocal lines going on at the same fucking time. Like, what the shit? Let's let it get back into there. Let me listen for this. There is 3 vocal lines happening, not necessarily simultaneously because, well, at some point, yes. Actually, so yeah, simultaneously. Because it starts off with the "If we ever," and then the other very low, soft voice of Simone is saying, "Don't force me to believe." But it's saying that after. So at that point, there's not 3 going on. There's because they trade. But while one of Simone's lines is finishing, "Don't force me to believe that we would never," kind of happens at the end of that, so that at one point there is kind of like three voices going on at the same time. And you can hear each one. You can distinguish each one, so it's not just creating this glob of mess or anything. You can distinctly hear each one. They all sound different. They're taking themes from what just happened and then also switching it up a little bit to change up the third voice. It's really driving this whole message home. That is a complicated interweaving of three different vocal lines that's not overlapping itself, that's not clouding itself, that is actually smooth. That's not the easiest thing to do. Like, that is actually some pretty complicated writing right there, and they fucking nailed it. That is, I didn't even notice that was what was happening. We're gonna let it keep rolling out here because this last section here, the last time through the chorus, there was some really cool piano chords that came in. I don't know if it's been happening beforehand, but I just noted it this time. If it has been happening beforehand, I feel like it was brought out more, or I just wasn't paying attention the second time through either. Then Simone kind of jumps up to it sounds like higher notes than she's done this chorus before, and it sounds like she's putting in that very open round opera sound in there as well, if I remember correctly. And then at the very end, Simone did this really fucking cool leading tone that I want to hear. And then and that's the end. So let's let it push out the rest of these 40-ish seconds here. Those piano chords in da da da, just the touching in here every now and then. I don't think she's going full opera, but she's definitely opening her tone, making it very round, very open, and putting tons of vibrato at the end of the words, or at least on the end of the phrase. Very gorgeous either way. She holds the word "way" for a while, first off, and I was thinking like maybe she comes back in for that, but no, like listen to the way she holds that "way," because at one point she'll go like da and just end it there, but that lean tone, I don't think that's the right note, but it's the note that came into my brain. Da. That's a beautiful ending there. I like that. Da. There it is. For the fact, I was like, I kept pointing. I was like, I thought this one was going to happen. It did not happen there. And all the notes hit together at the end. And you have that huge snare hit there, and it will sound like some kind of cymbal, hi-hat crash, something. I don't know. All hitting together at the same time after that leading tone. That's beautiful. Yeah. That was cool. There's a lot of like little things that they did in there that was like really clever and really heightened the impact of this song. Like, not only the words, like just dropping truth bombs like crazy, but at the same time, the writing in this song, they found a way to do a bunch of complex writing techniques, and some simple ones, like, the Beauty and the Beast, which is relatively simple. But no matter how complex or simple of writing that they did in this song, they utilized each of them perfectly, and made it raise the height of the song to the next level. That three line vocal is still fucking me up. Like, that was impressive. That was incredibly impressive, and I loved the chorus. I love that back and forth Beauty and the Beast effect, and the use of the choir in there as well, to add another layer of vocalization during the chorus to break up the whole Beauty Beast effect, to have this harmonizing choir and solo vocalist lines. It's just there's a lot of very awesome writing that they did in this song, and it was just good shit. Next song we have is Semblance of Liberty, which I imagine is going to be along the same line as this is subject matter we just come from. Like that title in general, just it's like we have, to me it makes you think like we have a semblance of liberty, like technically, but in reality there is no liberty and justice. It's kind of what that's making me think of, just right out the gate. And there's a lot of born to something in here, like born to fight, born to flee, born to lie, you know. Yeah. So this should be interesting. Oh, great. A quote from George H.W. Bush. Great. I definitely a person I like. Anyways, thank you for joining me. Next, Semblance of Liberty, which should be more biting truth bombs about society and government and all that good stuff. Sounds like fun. Come join me for it. I'll see y'all next time.